Welcome back to another tutorial, guys. And if you're new to this channel for the first time, hopefully you tune in and get something valuable out of this video. So to kick things off, we're going to start with the number 2 guard, and we're going with the grain. We're cutting the hair down wavelength. And as always, you want to be careful around the crown area. So next we're going to create our ball guideline around the entire head. And I'm speeding through this process just because it's pretty much self-explanatory, but I want to focus on the fading process in this video. So even though this is sped up a little bit, you can still see what I'm doing. Okay, now we're going to take the clipper with the lever fully open, and we're going to make our first guideline. And notice how this fade is going to drop down in the back. Okay, now we're going to start knocking out that bottom line. So the lever is fully closed, and we're just attacking that bottom line. And we're just going to gradually open the lever until we get to that next guideline. And I listened to the feedback in the comments. A lot of you guys don't like when I speed up the process, so I'm just doing the videos normal speed now. So once I start fading, I'm doing everything normal speed. And you just see me gradually opening the lever. And the bottom portion is pretty much blended out at this point. So next we have on the 0 guard. And also, if you're new to this channel, all of the guards that I use will be in the upper left-hand corner. So we don't want to take this fade too high. That's why you don't see me making my guidelines extremely thick, or they're not quite an inch. Usually I make my guidelines an inch thick, but for this purpose of this fade, we're not gonna go too high. So the lever was fully open, now it's fully closed. So I'm gonna go open, closed, and then halfway. And not to confuse anybody, so the Andis guards, these are Andis, the double magnetic guards, Andis guards and wall guards. There's a little bit of disparity in between the cutting lengths. So the 0 for Andis guard is almost like a 1. Here we just want to make sure we have a nice smooth blend. So next we have on the 1.5 guard, and this is the highest guard that I'll be using for this haircut. And as you can see, the fade is pretty much starting to come together. You can kind of start seeing that transition form. And then next we're just going to turn the clipper over and smooth down the sides. It may not seem like it's doing much, but it's really just helping everything come together. So now we have on the 1 guard, and we're going up under that 1.5. And the lever is open right here. And notice how The angle that I'm holding the clipper, I'm not digging into his scalp. I'm really just letting the clipper lay flush on his head and just really just going up in a scooping motion. So at this point in the haircut, it's pretty much blended. The only thing that you have to do now is finesse work. So that's really just using the corners of the blade and really just getting rid of any dark spots that you see. So once again, we're just taking the zero guard and just smoothing down everything just to make the blend flow together. I'm really using the heel of the blade. That's the best way I can explain it. And we're going to repeat the same steps on the back. So I'm just going to sit here and let you guys watch. And as always, I recommend you getting someone that will let you do this haircut on them, pull up this video, and go step by step. For some reason, a lot of people have trouble blending in this area, and I can get why. This is where the occipital bone is, and depending on the head shape, some people's bones, it protrudes more than others, but his is not really that bad. That's why it's really good to use your mirror whenever you're cutting, so that way you can see the fade from all angles. Blending the back takes a little bit more effort, but you want the same level of gradiency all the way around the head. So if you have a lot of gradiency on the sides, you want that same amount of gradiency on the back. Okay, now we're going to proceed on with the lineup. By the way, if you're still sticking through this video to this point, I really appreciate you guys. If you would smash that like button, leave comments below, and let me know what you guys think so far. And then next we're proceeding on with the razor, just to give that haircut that extra crispness. And a tip that I can give you guys when lining up the beard, you always want to comb the hair after your first initial pass. So I recommend going over the beard at least 3 times. That's just my personal rule of thumb. So I'll go over it once, then I'll comb it again. I'll comb away the residue so that way I see the true line. Then I'll hit it one more time just to get it as crisp as I want. And then I'll comb it one more time just to make sure that everything is in place how I want it. So that way when they go home and wash their face, or if they take a shower, that same level of crispness on the haircut will still be there. So once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for sticking around. If you are new to this channel and if you got value out of this video, I ask that you subscribe. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next video.